I saw a video the other day, and it was in regards to videos that bash black women. And this person made a statement saying that their aunt isn't offended by these videos. And the reason she's not offended by videos that attack black women, make it seem as though black women are evil, demonic, and any issue that goes on within the black community is because of black women, is because her name is not black women. So she has no reason to care, no reason to feel offended. In her eyes, if it doesn't apply, then let it fly. Now, I found it to be a very asinine argument to a very serious situation, simply because that's like saying when people make generalizing, sweeping statements that you should turn around and say, oh, well, it doesn't matter because my name's not men, or my name's not a man, or, stuff like that. But if somebody is making a generalizing, sweeping statement on a regular basis, then of course it affects you. And the reason it affects you is because people who are not black women, who don't have the knowledge of what the community is really like or what the majority of black women are like, will actually look at this and see this as evidence, especially when it comes from essentially black men. You look at other races, when white people who don't have black friends, aren't encompassed into black community or black culture, when they witness other black people attacking black people, bashing black people, they're going to look at it and they're going to have this halo effect. They're going to feel like, well, I guess this is what black women are like because their own men say that they're like this, and who would know them better than their own men, right? That's what's going to happen. When we lack unity within our own community, that means that there's room for other people to come in, slide in, other races, and cause an even bigger divide. It's almost like you have Trojan horse issue, because we've got it going in from the inside out. So they don't even really need to do anything. In regards to like some of the statements that are made on some of these videos that are out there, and they'll just basically, let's say, I don't know, go against the person who's making the statements and, say this is wrong and that's wrong. And people turn around and say, but you're not actually addressing the argument this person is making or these people are making. Now, to me, it almost seems like maybe you don't need to address the argument because we're not stupid enough to actually feel that this is actually the truth. One of the arguments I hear all the time right now is child support, the whole child support issue. I don't understand why that's even an argument. Let's look at it like this. If you bring a child into the world and you and the mother are not together, then your job is to still provide for that child. Your job is to support that child. Child support is to support your child, right? Some of these guys out there make videos claiming that black women trap men into getting them pregnant simply so they can have child support. I think that's the most idiotic statement I've ever heard in my life. Why would a woman actually go all the way out to get pregnant for 9 whole months to deal with the stress and the issues of trying to get child support? Because not every man even pays child support for their child. Not every man pays for their child. Women don't go out there with the thought process of, you know what? I want to be a single mother. This is what I want to do. I want to struggle. I want to fight day in and day out with the father of my child. I want to fight to see if they're going to even pay money for their child. They're not going out there and doing that. That's not what happens. When a woman gets pregnant, I'm pretty sure in the back of her mind, she's hoping that the father is going to be there for the child, that they're going to help raise that child. Even if they don't see eye to eye, they're not sitting there thinking, yeah, I only want it for the child support. That's exactly what I want. No. That's not what they want. You wouldn't even have the child support issue. The child support issue wouldn't even be an argument. It wouldn't even come to the table if men didn't sleep around with women that they did not want to raise children with. If you didn't sleep with a woman that you had no intention of being with, well, you wouldn't have this issue. Think about it. People act like in the act of sex, there's just black women in the act of sex. It's just them. Black women are randomly going up to random strangers and raping them, getting pregnant, and then saying it's all your fault. You have to pay child support now. No, like that's not what's happening. Come on, that's not what's happening. Guys, you pursued these women. You dropped X amount of game. You probably told them I love you. You got with them. You bought them drinks, whatever type of woman it was, and you went and slept with them. And you know what? If you don't want to have a child, then you've got 2 options. Don't sleep with a woman or wear a condom. The condom goes on your dick, right? It goes on your dick. So go buy a condom and utilize it. Utilize the proper use of a condom. It's really that simple. It's not her job to carry a condom. You can't rely on her because you don't want to be fathers. You don't want to pay child support. Then wear a condom. These are your options. Don't sleep with women or wear a condom. It's really that simple. If you then turn around and say, oh, I got this mother of my child and she don't want me to see my kids and she got me paying child support. You supposed to pay goddamn child support. You brought the child into the world. That's what you're supposed to do. If you're not in a relationship and if you're not actively in that child's life, you're not living with the child, you're not there every day with the child, you're not doing it off your own back. Because there are some fathers out there that don't pay child support, but they pay for their child. Nobody ever had to go and tell them you need to pay for your child. They do it off their own back. So they're not bound by the laws of child support, right? Think about this. Now, when there's guys that say, well, I pay child support, but the mother of my child don't let me see my child. The question you have to ask yourself is, why? You know that there's two sides to every story. And you have to really question reasons why a woman would not want a man to actually see their child. You can't go, oh, well, you know what? Jamal turned around and said that Shantice don't want him to see his child. So it must be why he said she hates him and she wants the child to suffer and him to suffer. No, you can't just take that as the be-all and end-all and that must be the gospel. You need to really think why she might have done this. You don't know her reasoning behind this. What if he used to beat her? What if he's no good? What if he is a bad example to have around his child? Then of course, when a mother sees that her child is the most important thing to her, and the well-being of that child is the most important thing, she's not going to want that type of father around her. And most of the time, women will give men chances after chances after chances to the end when it turns around and say, you know what? I got to put myself and my child first, and that's what I'm going to do. So in terms of the whole child support situation, I'm always very skeptical at men that go so hard against the whole child support thing. If you don't want to pay child support, if you feel that you shouldn't pay child support, then you know what? Don't sleep with these women. Wear a condom if you want to sleep with them. I feel like some people almost don't even realize this. There are some single fathers, and you know what? These women pay child support to the fathers. So it works both ways. It's rarer, but it works both ways. Another argument is, why do black women wear weave? Firstly, it really shouldn't affect men what women do to their hair. It really shouldn't affect you. Because you know what? What I eat don't make you shit. So why does it affect you? I really don't like the state of some women's eyebrows these days. But I'm not going to go hard on them, make videos cussing women because their eyebrows look like sperm or this or that, or they look like the Hollister bird wings. It's really not that serious. It doesn't really affect me to the point where I'm saying, oh no, this is something that needs to be done. But I want you to assess something briefly. Sometimes people say, but look what they do, the extent of what these women do. They wear weave. They want to put somebody else's hair on their head. They're not happy with their own hair. Then you have this argument that essentially is supposed to debunk this argument, which is white women do it too. And then these men say, no, it's not the same thing. Well, it kind of is the same thing. It is the same thing. You do get white women that wear extensions. White women have been wearing extensions for a while. They even wear weave. They wear lace wigs. It's across the board right now. It's not exclusive to black women. And white women will dye their hair different colors the same way that any other race does. And someone turned around and said, but white women don't wear African hair weaves. They don't try to look like black women in terms of the hair. I don't know about that, because there are videos, multiple videos, and check them out on YouTube with white women doing tutorials on how to get afros, like almost legitimate afros. And it gets hundreds of thousands of views. And these are white women saying that they want afros, and sometimes they walk out with afros. Yeah, they may be using their own hair, but then you can also buy afro wigs, afro weaves, and some of these white women do that. Let's look at Korea. There's a huge growing trend in Korea. I don't know what it's called. I guess you could call it a reverse perm or something like that, where they put products in their hair which will make their hair into an afro. Because this is fashionable. They want to look more African. This is what they want to do. So when people say no other race tries to look like other races like black women, no, they do. You're just not aware of it because you're not looking, not paying attention. You're just focused on one thing and deciding that this is what I'm going to go against. let's look at the reasons why. Why do black women wear weave? Why are some black women not happy to go natural? To be honest, it doesn't take that much thinking, thought process, or reasoning. Black women are going through so many years, like centuries, where people have told them that their hair is disgusting, it's ugly, your hair would be better if it was pressed, if it was straight, if it was relaxed. And this isn't something that's like over the last 20 years or 30 years, this is centuries. So this is centuries of imprinting into their mind that your own natural hair is not good enough. It's ugly. It doesn't work. Nobody wants this. If you go to a job interview and you wear an afro, they tell you that it's not professional to have your hair like that. I know a few models that have natural hair, and sometimes they have to wear wigs to particular casting or particular photo shoots because the photographer doesn't want the afro hair look. So when society is telling you for so many centuries that your natural God-given hair is not beautiful, it's ugly, this is what society's telling you. Well, why would you expect these women to want to wear their natural hair? If this is what they're getting told all the time, why would they want to? Black women, the same as every other woman, have this, forgive me if I'm wrong, but my assumption and my knowledge is that women want to be seen as beautiful. All women. They want to be told as beautiful. They don't necessarily need validation from men or anything like that, but they want to be beautiful. It's that feeling that you want to be beautiful. So if you're getting told that your natural God-given gifts, the hair that grows from your head, is not beautiful and it's ugly and it's disgusting and society doesn't like it, then you are going to try and do things to essentially change it. Now, the only thing that you can look at and say, well, the only way we can change this is if society, the men in these communities, turn around and say, you know what? I'm going to enforce how much I want you to be natural. And the way I'm going to enforce this is not by telling you you're a sellout, you're trying to be white, you're trying to do this. It's by telling you, I love your natural hair. Your natural hair is beautiful. Your natural hair is amazing. Your natural hair is strong. It's perfect. And I'm going to keep telling you this. I'm going to keep telling you this till that brainwashing that has happened over centuries has gone. And you truly see the beauty that I see. That's what works. That is what works. You can't just turn around and say, black women want to be white, they wear weave, they do this, they do that. You can't do that. But yes, there are insecurity issues in terms of wanting to fit in, wanting to be seen as beautiful. And the problem that comes with those insecurity issues is there is always a price to pay. And you notice how expensive it is for these products, for this hair and things like that. And that's the main reasons why I promote natural hair. Am I against women that wear weave? No. Am I against women that wear wigs? No. If you really want to, then do it. Do what you want to do. But you know what? I am gonna promote natural hair because I think it looks beautiful. I understand, there are some women that wear wigs, but underneath that wig, they got a whole head of natural hair. So what's the problem? When people claim that nobody is making tangible arguments of substance against the self-hatred rhetoric, it makes me laugh because the arguments alone have no true substance. Simply going on a video and saying, oh, black women are whores, they're sluts, they twerk, they want to be white, they wear this, they hate other races, blah, 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 blah. That's not substance. That's not a substantial argument. The world is bigger than 200 people. Like, there's billions of people in the world, and just think of the amount of those people that are of the African diaspora. Not every black woman is ratchet. Not every black woman is a slut. Not every black woman lacks self-respect. Not every black woman has self-hate. No. In fact, a lot of black women are not sluts. A lot of black women are righteous. A lot of black women are strong women. There's just a minority, and when you hold on to that minority in order to put down the majority of black women, you really have to question yourself. This just me just ranting. I'm just saying what I felt, what I needed to say, right? But here's the thing. I'm gonna give this a little message to black women, all right? In essence, these videos, this hate mongering, this trying to put you down, it can only work if you allow it to. It can only work if you give it power. If you don't give it the power, it won't work. It won't work against you. I implore you, men and women, anybody, to boycott these videos. Don't watch them. Don't watch them. If you see a video with a disparaging title, even though sometimes you might think, ooh, let me see what this person has to say, just don't watch it. If you know what somebody says on a regular basis, don't watch them. There's no reason to. Trust me. You don't need that kind of poison in your life, because these people, they thrive off of knowing that you're listening, knowing that you're watching, that you're getting angry. Don't watch it. Unsubscribe to them, block them, don't give them the views. You'll see what people do. People do things for attention. And you look at some of the titles that's used and you think to yourself, people did this simply to draw people in. And when they lack that attention, they think, ooh, you know what? I need to do something else. I need to do something else. They're not watching me right now. I'm not getting the views. And a lot of these men, they're insecure in themselves. If you start watching their videos and their views plummet, I guarantee you they will switch up their MO. It's kind of like, you've seen those memes on Instagram. I think it was a meme of a girl and she had posted a picture with her face and she was like, oh my God, I've only got 3 likes. And then all of a sudden, the next picture is her showing her cleavage and then she gets 100 likes. She's like, oh, okay, that's good, right? It's when you're doing things for attention. So if you stop watching the videos that bash you, that have no real substance, they will change up. And even if they don't, it doesn't matter. Because, if a tree falls in the woods and there's nobody around to hear it, yeah, the tree still fell, but nobody cares because nobody heard it. Peace, love, and coconut oil.
Hey man, that's racist. Please remember that from now on, brand new, never before seen videos, as well as live streams, will only be available on my website, ikyg.com, via a Patreon subscription. ikyg.com is a Black-owned, Black-ran platform, 100% free from censorship. It's the only place where we don't have to worry about what we say and expressing ourselves. Make sure you check out the description and the comment section for important links, as well as information in video form that shows you what benefits you get when you support the site and join my Patreon. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, then don't forget to subscribe and be notified every time I upload a video. For exclusive content and perks, check out my Patreon. This is where we have private live streams, group chats, live Q&As, live phone calls, and open topics. This is a safe space where you can interact with other like-minded people, make friends, send each other direct private messages, and so much more without any trolls. And yes, you get to use GIFs and images in the live chats. So what are you waiting for? This is a completely independent website, free from censorship. If you'd like to make a donation towards the site so we can continue to put out the truth without fear of being silenced, then please hit that donation button. It's greatly appreciated. Check out the rest of the site for videos, private and public live streams, find out all the tea, and make sure to utilize the Black Money section of the website. Advertise your business absolutely free to people that look like you, free forever. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at angel_IKYG.